Hello, today we have little short and sweet messages for you from, I was gonna say your spirit team, but I feel whoever you feel very called to connect with right now. It's like specifically if you want to connect with angelic energy, ancestral energy, guides, or deity energy, I'm hearing call in that energy right now, like the highest vibration of that energy, call it in. And that energy is specifically giving you this message today, this little short and sweet message. And so I'm just going to say spirit then when I'm reading, so that, but you know who is talking to you is kind of how I'm hearing it. And I'm hearing there's going to be some nuggets of wisdom. I haven't filmed any of these piles yet. There's going to be 3 piles. And I honestly don't know. I feel, I think as soon as I said that, I felt a bunch of energy kind of come in. And then like, I'm like almost hearing like these whisperings, like, like waiting to just connect. So I think actually the energy that I'm feeling now and what I want to say is actually for the piles. So we're just gonna get right into it. If you are new here, hello, and if you've been here, also hello. Everybody, hello. I also wanted to like face the camera today. I enjoy doing these kinds of readings once in a while. Anyway, just off of your noggin, your intuition, so not your noggin, your intuition, your heart, your soul, 1, 2, or 3. Pick one. I don't know. I'm feeling so much better. I just need to get in here. I'm just gonna keep going like, okay. And I'll leave that in for you because blessings. You deserve to see me like this. Anyway, I got 2 decks here. I'm ready to use 1, 2, 3. I will see you at your reading. Hello. So right when I was like, okay, pile 1's reading, and I picked up the cards, all of a sudden it was just like I had to like literally tap on my chest because I just felt this buildup. I just was like burping and burping and burping. And that happens, but that happens when I channel because it's energy moving through you. So it's like, where do I go? Like, gotta come out somehow. But I was hearing this message for you of like energy buildup. There could be like, because it's not the throat chakra, it's not the heart chakra, it's like the sternum. And so it's almost this connection between your heart and your throat chakra. There might be just a little bit of blockage there, and like nothing serious, nothing to go, oh, that's why things aren't working out for me. No. It's more of just like, we're noticing a little bit of like, like stuff here. My cat is in her zoomies mode right now. That was Patsy, so you might be seeing her. So let's see what card comes out for, woo, see if we can get any more. But I don't know, I feel like that's not like the whole message. I feel like that's just literally hey, find something to work on clearing the energy for, it's like between your heart and throat chakra. Maybe just literally tap, because I know that's like a place like your sternum, like when you do EFT, like emotional freedom technique, like people will tap here. So literally you might just be called right now to literally, as you even watch this, just tap around your sternum area, whatever feels good, to do 2 hands, to do 1, because this is a place that releases a lot. I can't remember what it's connected to. Each tapping point is connected to like your innards. It's like, you kind of think of it, it's like acupuncture, but instead of needles, you just can use your fingers and it doesn't hurt. So you can even, if you're interested, you can look up what that tapping point is in relation to the rest of your body. But I know that's a big one for me. A lot of times when I'm tapping, I'll feel a lot of emotional release, and that one, or a lot of anxiety releasing. So if you're feeling anxious or just in general, just try it out and see if that helps you just regulate. I was gonna say de-escalate. If you feel like you're just like it could be excitement, it could be anxiety, it can be just feelings of high emotions, but it's like I'm viewing it like you've been there for a while, and like even excitement, it can wear you out. You could be like, I'm ready to just kind of be at a nice baseline right now of just like peace and calm, and I'm hearing this is just a way to kind of bring down that energy. I feel like it's a lot of good, like a lot of excitement, but still it's like it could be really hard to sleep. It could be hard to work. It could be hard to have a conversation with somebody. And it's kind of like, oh, just tap here. And that could just kind of help mellow you out a little bit, to help you focus, to help you sleep, whatever needs to be done. So the card that came out for you was Horizon, Intention, Potential, Foresight. I feel you're just feeling this energy, like this, because I just feel like it's good, heightened energy. It doesn't feel like anger or anxiety. It honestly feels so good. And I feel you just, you know, something's on the horizon for you. Like either literally in your 3D reality right now, you have 3D reality confirmation, or you intuitively just know something is happening, something is building up, something is unfolding for you, just intuitively. And you might not have any logical reason to think that, but you're like, oh, I know. And so you just might have days of just being like, feeling like you're just buzzing around. It's like, bzz, like a bee being like, ooh, like, where am I off to next? What flower? Like, will I pollinate? Like, I don't know. It just feels like you're like, what's next? What's next? What's next? And it's exciting. And I'm hearing exuberant, like I feel like you're exuding exuberant vibes. Like whoever you're around, people might be like, wow, you just have a lot of energy, or you're making me feel energized, or you're helping me feel really good. But again, sometimes just being in that constant state of buzzing, it just wears you out. Like everybody needs rest. We all need periods of just calm, no matter how good the emotion is. I'm hearing too much of anything is too much. If any of you know that song, it was like when I was in junior high, it was like, too much of anything is too much. And I'm kind of hearing that song, and I always get that song playing through my head when just kind of messages like this come through, even for myself, where I'm like, why am I just feeling this way? And I'll be like, too much of anything. It's like, oh, because I need to take a break. I need to rest. No matter how good this thing is, breaks still need to happen. Or I also need to retreat. No matter how much fun I'm having with my friends, if I've been out all weekend, it's like, okay, come back in. So it's kind of like coming back home to yourself, calming down a little bit. And I'm just hearing, yeah, great things are on the horizon. You have a lot of potential within you right now. There's something about potential breaking free. Like I'm viewing these vases right here, like literally just like cracking and breaking. And it's like, good, we want them to do that. It's like, this is old pottery. I don't know, it's so interesting. It feels like this is old pottery. It's time for some new, fresh pottery. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's so old or ancient. I'm viewing like passed down from generations, like ancestor from ancestor to ancestor to ancestor, like something really precious. But then over time, it's like, that's not precious, actually. Like, that's actually now restrictive versus expansive. Like, I don't know, like, it's like I'm hearing, like, women's rights. Like, something about, you know, in the past, the rights women had, like, at the time could have been modern. But, like, they couldn't vote. But they could, I don't know, go out in the world and do things they couldn't before. But then at one point it's like, okay, no, this is actually restrictive. Like we need to break this and build something new, like create something new. And now we can vote. And it's like, yes. And so something that used to be modern in your ancestral line is not modern anymore. I mean, obviously, because it's been a while, but I mean, just like it's run its course. And now it's restrictive versus in the past, it could have been like, oh my God, this is like the best thing ever. And it's like, no, I deserve more now. Like me and my ancestral line deserve more now. So now I'm going like, I see the potential for me and my legacy. So I'm breaking the old and using those pieces. It's almost like you take these two pots, break them, and create one huge, more beautiful, exuberant pot. And you also like go out and find other shards from other pots that have been broken. I'm hearing for some of you, it could be like if your lineage has been like, this is our culture, this is all we do, and we don't like, we don't fuck with other cultures, like almost like in this way of like, I'm so proud of my culture and we're amazing and incredible, and we look how strong we've been throughout all of these legacies, all of our lives. Like, we've been through hell and back as like a family and a culture. And you're like, I really also love that culture over there. I feel very called to this culture, or someone I'm in a relationship with or friends with are a part of this culture, and like I feel deeply connected to it, and I want to like put a bridge here. Like, I want to be in my culture, but I want to invite in other things too. And it's something about like the past, it could have been like, we don't do that, it's like us and nobody else. But now it's like, no, like I want to expand. It's also kind of with religious practices, like respectfully, like some can be very closed practices, but some are open. And like, I'm just hearing like there's all these parts of the world, people pray or people use divination in different ways. There's so many different tools you can use that have been brought about and shared by so many cultures, and you are allowed to practice other forms of divination. You are allowed to invite these practices within you, as long as you respect the culture, learn the history, like all of that stuff. Like, you know, you can pick up a tarot deck and you don't need to like really like wrap yourself in the history, but there are some practices that you do, and that's required. And so it just feels like you're allowed to expand and explore right now. Like, you're supposed to, like, you feel this like intense need to like broaden your horizons, broaden your scope. And that is like a huge thing for you right now. And I feel that's actually going to also help you connect your heart and your throat. Like, your heart wants something. It could be something like speaking, like I said, prayer, like, I don't know, like prayers or chanting, and that really can like bridge those chakras of yours, and like also like go down to your root and expand. And it's just like something about being a bridge, because I was talking about being a bridge for other cultures, but also like it's like a bridge for your heart and your throat chakra. There's something that needs to be connected, but this is not something it's like, okay, like now I need to do my research and find this. No. This is something that's just going to come naturally. It's like, be open and receive. And if something comes along, it's like, that feels so right, and you're starting to bridge it. Or maybe you've been doing that, and this is just confirmation of like, yes, this is what you're doing. The reason why you felt so called to explore this other divination or this practice or this prayer, this just way of being spiritually connected and connecting to others, the divine, spirit, angels, ancestors, like guides, like, you know, beings from the universe, like everything, deities. It just feels like what you're either doing now or that's going to be introduced to you at some point in your life. It's bridging your heart and your throat. It's going to help you speak your truth more, live your truth more. And it can be writing, like creative flow with your heart, and just feeling more connected to your own self and your own heart and your own lineage too. That feels big. So a lot of potential. And it just feels like learning too, and crafting. Because I was picturing, you know, you crafting this whole new thing. And it could be something big that you share with many people, or literally just a self-practice. And it could also be like you just develop your own spiritual practice from all these little things. Like, personally, I've learned about a bunch of different things, like practices, and I watch different readers on YouTube who do it their own way. Like, some people who read shells and bones, and some people who read feathers, and then some people who read tarot cards, and some people just do channel messages. I get called to certain people, and it just helps me bridge my own spirituality. Like, I feel like I'm a witch. I feel like I like do some spells and stuff, but I'm not full into it, because I also feel drawn to other things. Like, I got called to runes recently. I'm really into just praying. Like, all these different things I've just taken to create my own practice. And it's just a smorgasbord of stuff, but it like literally fits me. And I don't talk about it too much, because I don't need to. And then some people really love sharing that. So it's also, make sure your discernment, like with what you're speaking, does it match your heart? Do you feel like you have to share, but you don't actually want to? Or do you feel like you really want to share, like your heart really wants to share, but you're like, nope, I shouldn't be allowed to do that? So there could be just that disconnect, and you're working on bridging that now, or being called to bridge that right now. So that is your reading, your little reading. I don't even remember what I said in the beginning, what kind of reading this was. Basically a little bit. So I just really hope it supported you, and I offer personal readings on my website, saraparson.com. I also have my own personal oracle deck on there. I have channeled journals and collage oracle art that I've created. I have a few of those left, and yeah, and I also have YouTube, and I have Instagram, all the good stuff. So I'm sending you a big hug, and I hope to feel you later. Bye. Okay, I got into your energy group too, and I just heard "Away" in my head, like a song about to start, and I was like, what is this song? And then I heard "In a manger, no," what is it? "No crib for a bed." No, I don't, but it's like, "Away in a manger, na 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 na." It's like the Christian song. I'm just like, that's interesting. I have not thought about that song in a long time. So I don't know, but it was the fact that it was like, "Away," and then literally it took a while for the rest to come, and I was just kind of like, what does this mean? I'm almost getting this message for you that you're purposely being sent signs that aren't whole from whoever you asked to connect to. Like, I don't know, like a black cat. But it's like there's more to it. It just feels like you're getting like half of signs, or like the start of a sign or a message, and then you feel like it gets cut off, and you're like, where's the rest of that? Like, I asked for more clarity, and I feel like you gave me some clarity, and now I'm like, where's the rest? And it's kind of like you have to just sit and wait for it. I feel like they're being like, secrets. And then I'm hearing, where is it from, like a movie or something, where it's like secrets don't make friends or something, and it's kind of silly. And I'm just almost hearing this back and forth dialogue between you and them. You're like, this is not, like, I don't want secrets like this. Like, you're like, I want to be surprised, but I didn't think it'd be like this confusing, or I thought I'd get more clarity than this. And they're like, I even feel right now like it's very choppy how I'm channeling. So I'm curious if you've been reading for yourself lately, if it just feels choppy, because that's how it feels right now. Like, it feels almost like stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. And I'm kind of like, am I actually channeling right now? Like, am I reading? And it's, yes, there's truth in here. And I'm viewing a puzzle right now, like getting puzzle pieces, and you need to put the puzzle together. And that's when you go, like, you can ask for, like, being like, I'm viewing you looking at a puzzle. Let's say you bought a puzzle. I want to say thrifted a puzzle. I love thrifting them. Hopefully all the pieces are there. But, I don't know. So maybe it's something or something that, like, you've been through more than once. The fact that I wanted to say thrifted it, because it's like reuse, recycle. I don't know. Maybe that'll be significant for some of you. Maybe for some of you, you're like, I don't know. But you have a puzzle and you're putting it together, and you're like, you're sitting by a friend and you're like, I'm so confused. Like, I need help finding these like couple pieces, because then I'll be able to like get more. And then they just look over your shoulder and they literally put the puzzle together for you, and they're like, here, I solved it for you. And you're like, oh, like it's done now. Like that wasn't very fun. Like you just literally did it for me. I just wanted a little bit of help, and then you literally just completed it for me. Like not really what I wanted. So I feel like that is what your like spirit right now, whoever you're calling upon, is telling you what's happening. It's like you're asking for help, and so they're literally giving you just the puzzle pieces you need, because they're like, if we gave you more at this time, it would not be gratifying, it would not be satisfying later on, because you need to be the one that puts the pieces together. So they're giving you pieces, and it's like one can be on that side of the table, one could be on this side of the table, and so they're like, okay, look on that side of the table, and then you're like, oh, I found it. Yes. And you're like, oh, it's like, it's only part of it. And they're like, okay, now look on that side. And you're like, oh my gosh, found it. Okay, that's another part. But there's something about you almost feeling like in life, you're like, no, I want the whole thing now, but I also don't want it right now. Like I want to be surprised, but I need more clarity. Like I want to do this on my own and be proud of myself, but I also like really want like someone to figure this out for me. And so I almost feel like you could be the one that's feeling discombobulated or confused, and it's not necessarily the messages that are coming in. It's more of how the back and forth between your own self of just being a little bit confused about where you are right now, just being a little bit discombobulated. I think I said that already. But just kind of feeling lost with what clarity you actually want, or what you actually want help with. Because I'm also being brought back to the puzzle situation. It's all also like, I imagine you now, they're showing me like asking somebody like, oh, I'm so done with this puzzle, will you just finish it for me? And the person does, and then you look, you're like, I wish I didn't ask them to finish that for me. Like I should have just like stopped for today, come back tomorrow, and like done it. I feel like you might be getting a lot of momentum on stuff lately, like a project or just like your own journey in general, self-discovery, whatever it is for you, whatever you're asking clarity for. It's like you're on this moment, you have so much momentum, and then you might just feel like you hit a wall, and you just feel like it's like discouraged. And then it's like, well, now I need so much help, like please help me. And it's like in that moment, you want someone to just figure, like basically the universe, whoever you're calling upon, to like figure it out for you, tell you the answer, you receive the answer and go, yeah. But in reality, that wouldn't actually be satisfying. And I'm hearing in those moments, definitely keep asking for help, because they like giving you the puzzle pieces, but it's for you. Sorry, it feels like they're using so many like metaphors and analogies and stuff, and I just want to make sure I'm getting this across in an easy breezy way. I feel like in those moments of when you're like, I need so much help, definitely ask for the help. And then when you receive the signs, if you're in the mood or in this moment of more like despair or annoyed at the sign you got, being like, this isn't enough, take a breather and literally look within and go, oh, clearly I'm kind of burnt out right now, or something's going on where I'm feeling really discombobulated. Is that the third time I used that word? Or was that on the other reading? I don't know. I'm like so into this mess. Like, don't even know what I'm saying. It's like you might just feel so, maybe this is how you feel, so out of sorts. It's like you're so in it, but also feel so out of it. Because that's how I feel right now. I'm like, I am in this message. I am hearing it. I am like channeling like a wild woman right now. Like I just like feel it coursing through me. And then I try to say it and I'm like, this is not working. And so maybe that's part of it. Maybe you're getting all these messages and you have such clarity, and then all of a sudden it like goes away. So that could be another thing. And I'm just hearing, I think you're just maxed out energetically right now. I feel there's so much going on, and to be able to have fun with the puzzle of life, you need to take a step back from the puzzle that you want help with, that you need clarity on, because it's like you're at this point where you want to pull out your hair because it's just too much right now. You need to take a step back and a breather, and that's actually going to help you. Taking a step back is going to help you move way faster forward with it after you've had your rest. It's like a creative project. If you've staring at a painting for too long, you forget what you're even doing, and you can't even see what you're creating anymore. Like, all the lines look like blah, blah, blah. It's like, take a step back for hours, days, even a month, and then when you come back, it's like you see it with fresh eyes. And I'm hearing you're gonna feel the signs with fresh energy. You're gonna be able to go, oh, they gave me that puzzle piece. Like, I look back in my journal and I was like annoyed about this sign I got, but now I see how that sign actually connects with this other sign I got 2 days later, and how and then a week before there's this other sign, and now I see it from a zoomed out level, and I see all of how it goes together. And now I just put together 3 puzzle pieces. And so that's the energy. So you just might need to take a break. I feel that is the message of taking a break, taking a step back, but don't stop asking for help because they want the permission from you because of your free will as a human, It's like, keep asking for help, but also take a step back and don't be like, okay, where's the help? Where's the sign? Where's the sign? Because ask for help and say, you could even say, be specific and be like, I would like you to give me the clarity when my soul is ready to receive it. When I feel when you can sense my soul has the energy, when I have the mental capacity as my human self to receive the message, give it to me then. After I've rested, or just, I don't know, I feel like drained energy that's just coursing through you, that's just old energy, that's just too much. So energy clearing can also be extremely helpful, because I just feel like this reading in general, it just feels like a mass. I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like there's a lot here. There's so much energy. There's so many signs, so many messages wanting to come through at once. And I can tell it's all such good stuff. It's like, I just hope I've been able to get it to you. I was looking at the time. I was like, have I been rambling on for 30 minutes without realizing it? No, it has not been that long. And it's just I just feel they're kind of showing me the weight of your energetic field right now. It needs to be cleansed, and literally nothing bad. There's nothing bad. It's a lot. There's a lot of old energy, a lot of old stuff that you've already worked out and worked through, but it's still kind of chilling, still lingering. So it's release, release, release. I feel just do a lot of releasing, and I'm picturing Epsom salt baths, and if you're into that, at your own risk. I just say that I'm not a doctor, but I personally love them for cleansing my energy, because it cleanses you at a physical and spiritual level. So all the good stuff. Or just take a bath in general, or wade your feet in the water, a natural body of water. That's really helpful for cleansing. Mental, I feel a mental, now when I said mental, I literally felt the most heavy. I feel dense. I feel really heavy. I feel a little bit dizzy. I think you need to put pen to paper and write. You just need to script. You need to write. There's a lot in here that just needs to be bleh. Or it could be a voice note, or writing a song, something to do with words that need to leave you. That's just a stream of thought. Maybe it's a lot of anger you're holding on to, or sadness, or just literally random thoughts. Like the other day I went to the grocery store and this woman came up to me and I was like, what? Like, ugh. It just, I feel like there's so much up here in your human mind. And that's why it's like really hard to like put all the puzzle pieces together, because you're getting all this clarity, but they're scattered across the table. The puzzle pieces are there. It's just clearing yourself so you can see them, the ones that go together and fit together, to keep building the puzzle, to keep working on what you want to work on, or receive what you're working on receiving, sort of energy. So, okay, I pulled 2 cards for you at the beginning, and I'm going to show them to you, but I'm not going to get messages for them. So this is for you. I used to do a segment of Be Your Own Oracle back in the day on YouTube, and I haven't done that in a while. So this is gonna be a Be Your Own Oracle time, where what does the imagery say to you, the words, and you can just quickly pause the video when I show them and screenshot it so you can look at them later. Or if you have this deck, it's the Kosmos Oracle deck, you can look at them in your deck. But it just feels like, what do you see in them? But if you feel oversaturated right now, you can take a screenshot of them, work on cleansing your energy and everything, and then come back and look at the messages and channel for yourself. So you don't necessarily need to get answers now. It can literally be like, you look at the cards in a week, in a day, in a month, and you'll get something. It's like you will get the messages when it's time. Don't force it. Just literally, you'll know. You'll know. Right now, like, ask whoever you wanted to connect to, be like, tell me when it's time. And they're like, gotcha. So the first one here is freedom, revolution, renewal, independence. Number 19 and air. I hope. I want to show it to you. Just screenshot with my face like. That was the first one. And the next one, you have inner child, innocence, play, reparenting. Number 21 and a fire sign. That's for your screenshot. Gotta have fun with, my inner child needs to come out too. So that was your reading. I really hope it supported you. I'd love to know if this resonated with you in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I also have personal readings up on my website, saraparson.com, along with my own oracle deck I've created, and I have channeled journals, collage oracle art, lots of stuff on my website if you feel like you desire more. And I also have YouTube if you just want to be in this space, whatever your little soul and heart desire. So I am sending you a really big hug, and I hope to feel you later. Bye. Hello, group 3. It was so funny. When I tapped into your energy, I heard, group 3, a breath of fresh air. So I don't know what that means, but I feel like you're entering a breath of fresh air in your life. And I pulled a card for you. I haven't looked at it yet from one of my decks, but actually I'm going to shuffle this other deck and we're going to look at a card in here first, because breath of fresh air, this is the Bloom Oracle. And I just feel like this deck is a breath of fresh air. So it just feels really right. Just heard we're waiting. It's okay to wait. It's okay to wait for the freshness of the air to fill up your lungs and hit them. It feels very poetic. I don't know, like, I just feel like this is a whimsical reading is how I'm viewing it, like, even feeling it. Like, it feels like literally more like, this is the best way I can describe it. Other readings, at least the other two, and most readings I do feel like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is what I'm doing. This is what it feels like. And this one feels like That's the best way I can describe. So we're in this energy right now. Maybe you just literally move your butt. This feels really nice, actually. It's like, this feels really good. That'll be exciting for me to watch back later. So we have Autumn, Slow Down and Reflect. And then, so let's see if you can see it. Because I know my ring light. And then we have Impermanence, Time is Precious. So the fact that we have, I feel like these are like time, sort of. And this one's number 13 and this one's number 1. Like, so slow down and reflect. Time is precious. I'm even just thinking about how I said like other readings, like energetically I've been feeling like this. I'm almost viewing this as like stepping forwards in time, going forwards in time, like taking the next step and everything, and like knowing what I'm doing, knowing where I'm going. And it's almost like this energy is like, I don't know what's happening, but I'm like doing so well. I'm doing so good, like a breath of fresh air. It just feels so like, ugh. And I'm thinking, so I'm in the middle, or not middle, near the end of actually creating my new Oracle deck. I'm kind of in the more final stages of like finagling stuff, like with the imagery and all of that. But I have 2 of the cards are restriction and expansion, or restrictive and expansion. And the restrictive one, the message I channeled is all about like when you breathe in, it tastes like stale air, and it's like this air is not good to breathe, and it's like you deserve to breathe better air. And the expansion card is like you just took the deepest beautiful breath of the most like freshest summer air ever, like you feel like at the right place at the right time. And so like the 2 is about air and breathing. So the fact that I heard like number 3, like a breath of fresh air, I feel you're in an expansion mode, like you are doing things in your life that are expansive. And when we're in expansive mode, it's like, okay, I need to keep expanding. I got to keep going and going and going. And I'm hearing right now, you've done a lot of beautiful expansion. So you've brought in a lot of fresh air into your life. It's like, my life is not stale anymore. It used to be stale, got rid of the stale, and I've invited in all of this expansive energy. And expansive energy tends to be things that they're expansive for you, meaning that feels right to your soul. It feels so good. But it also is a lot of leaps of faith, a lot of change with expansion energy, a lot of going after things you might have not done before because you were too scared, but you're like, nope, this is expansive. This is good for me and my soul. This is where like I literally feel drawn to do it, like the pull to do it. So I'm going to do it. So it's a lot of work too, but it's beautiful, expansive work. And so right now it's like, you've been doing all of this expanding and breathing in all this beautiful fresh air, but I'm almost viewing you as like running, like huffing and puffing, like you're like, it's like, what if you like could appreciate the air you're breathing more, like by slowing down? It's like that. It's kind of like stop and look around at the life you built for yourself. Stop and go, wow, I didn't realize how good the air I'm breathing is. And I forget how shitty the air was that I used to breathe. Like how restrictive my life used to be. Like, wow, my life is so expansive because I did this for myself. I helped expand my life. Like, I did this. I took the leaps of faith on myself. I trusted myself and my soul, even if my ego was screaming on the inside. I still did it. I still went for it. And it's now time to really slow down because time is precious. With all this expansion, you need to enjoy it now. Like, you need to enjoy the expansion you've given yourself. Enjoy the life's luxuries that you now have that you did not have before. And that could literally be like, now you have time to rest, whereas before you didn't. Like, things like that. It could be small, simple things or now you have like an extra half hour to go outside. Like you've created this lifestyle that it's like you have more time outside now. And instead of being like, I need to do my daily workout outside and run all the time and all this stuff, what if you went on a leisurely walk? What if you soaked in your surroundings more and just thought about how far you've come? And that doesn't mean you have to keep this up and you can never do your jogging or running. It just feels like, take a moment to really appreciate what you've been through. Like, really take a moment to appreciate that and to know what you've done for yourself and to reflect. This feels like very Pisces new moon energy, honestly. And I'm filming this on Sunday, like the Pisces new moon. And new moon and full moon energy is like 3 days before and 3 days after too. So you just might be feeling very like, you might be feeling this Pisces energy. Maybe you've been like, I want to rest, but like I need to keep up my expansion. You can always do that later when you have energy. Right now is literally time to slow down and reflect and to just like I'm hearing your life is precious. Like, remember how precious this life is that you've created for yourself. Remember all this beautiful support you've gotten and how not alone you are, but how like deeply supportive you are, and you have people you can rely on. You have people you can go to. It's like, remember that. Oop. The slow down, reflect one to like fall down. I caught it just in time. And I feel like some of you might not be almost like buying this reading, be like, no, like I need to keep going. Like I need to be expanding. It's like, no. Pause and reflect. Rest and reflect. Please rest your child. Like, I'm hearing, don't gaslight yourself and going, oh, clearly this reading can't be for me because like I'm on a roll, I do something, but like you are literally allowed to do nothing for a day or 2 or 3, like a week, a month. Like, I don't know when have you stopped? When was the last time you truly rested? Meaning you lived with, and I'm hearing for you specifically, it's like you've lived without trying to exude something from the day. You've lived without trying to like force something from the day or have the day create an outcome for you. When was the last time you rested like that? When was the last time you lived like that, where it was like, I'm just going to go throughout the day and do what I feel called to do, like soul wise, like I'm going to go on a walk, or I'm going to watch this show because I never watch TV. So it's going to actually be this like fun experience watching what other people have created. So I'm gonna binge watch a couple episodes because I never do that, and I'm then going to like treat myself to a yummy meal, or I'm gonna just draw for me, or I'm just gonna sing in the shower without recording anything for anybody. It's like, and at the end of the day you might be like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything to show for this day. It's like, you have your experience, you have your memories, you have more rest now, more peace, more joy, more fulfillment in other areas of your life that have been kind of neglected. And this is not shaming you about, it's just like, it's time to pour into yourself in areas that you have not poured into, that you've neglected for a little bit because of all this expansive energy in other areas, whereas in the past those areas were neglected, so you're pouring into those. And so it's just, this is expansive in its own way of learning how to rest and recuperate and all this stuff. Sorry, I had a YouTube video vibe thing going and it just stopped, and I'm just wondering if it's a sign. During readings, when anything happens, I'm like, is this part of the message? You know, even that needed to stop. Even I rewinded it. But I feel like it means something that it ended when I was talking about that. I don't know. It's like nothing, but then again, like it stopped and it ended, but then I was able to go back and start again. So you're not being asked to just completely stop your life and halt your life and this expansion, this progress. It's just take a break and then come back way more energized and fueled with a new zest for life and more energy. And then it's like you want to keep the expansive energy up from a soul level space versus an ego space of like, I gotta hustle, I gotta do. It's like, no, like your soul wants to do, your soul wants to like move and flow and receive, but it wants to rest. And so to be able to move, flow, and receive the easiest and like the most peaceful, calming way and the most fulfilling way for you is to have pockets of rest as well. Trying to think. I feel like it's like I'm viewing this like, yep, we said our piece. Okay, there was the last card. I did not look at this. Joy, celebration, awe, and harvest. And this is one where there's no number on this card. This was in her Metamorphosis deck. This is Cosmos Oracle deck, and she had a first edition, and this is the second one. And she has 2 cards at the end with no numbers, and that feels significant. It's like there doesn't need to be a number, and this is an earth sign. It's very grounding. It's like I'm viewing the no number as just like a pause. Like you don't need to catalog something. There are days that aren't meant to be cataloged. There are days that are just meant to be lived and like rest. Just literally just be a lump on the couch if you haven't done that in so long. You know, it's not bad. That's actually a beautiful part of life if you do anything with just like a hint of, is how I'm viewing it. I don't know, like days on the couch, weeks on the couch, like that can make you not feel good. But like a day or 2 on the couch, it's like, yes, I'm in my cocoon, I'm experiencing joy. Or literally being outside and enjoying the fruits of your labor, like harvest. Like again, like I said that before, of looking around at what you've already created for yourself. If you never do that, how are you ever going to enjoy your expansion? If you never look around and go, look what I've accomplished, look what I've done, and like live the life you've created for yourself, what's the point in having that life if you're just going to keep trying to go to the next thing and the next thing? So really like look at the abundance of your life. And I'm viewing the birds as like, share it with some people too. If there's some people you haven't seen in a while or talked to in a while and you really miss them, chat with them, talk to them, share your stories with each other, and just enjoy life together. Oh, I love that. I love that so much for you. It's just, there's all these peaches on the tree. I'm viewing them as peaches. Or is that a peach? Are peach trees a thing? Or is that an orange? I don't know my fruit very well when it comes to how they grow. Not a lot. Maybe I should give myself a little more credit. I don't know. Anyway, that was your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. I have personal readings up on my website, saraparson.com, if you want personalized. I also have my own oracle deck up on my website, and channeled journals and collage art if you're into that, and YouTube. So whatever you desire, I'm sending you a huge hug, big hug. I don't know, I feel like giving you like a longer one. I feel like being like weird about it, like maybe it's like I almost feel like your spirit team's like, we're gonna hold you and like hug you and send you so much love. And so you just feel like this like warmth and just want to rest. Like bask in your spirit's love, like whatever energy you called on, it's like they want to send you so much love. And so you just feel like a blanket of their love and go, okay, like I guess I will rest. And they're like, yes, the plan is working. Send you so much, an abundance of love where you just feel like being in it and doing nothing else. So I don't know, I love that. Like your spirit, whoever you call them, it's a little cheeky, like fun humor, and I don't know, I enjoy that. Okay, before I continue to ramble, I will leave you, and I hope to see you later. Bye.